really want you to stop jumping on that.
This is cute, but she can't.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum, guys.
Assalamualaikum Alabama. Isn't this cute? But it's $3.99.
How much that? Oh, too high, baby. We like 69 cents, 99 cents.
That's cheap.
That's why we like the little prices.
This is cute.
How much that one, baby?
It's $4.99.
Oh no, that 149. That's too much, baby. Yeah, that's too much. See, we got all this. No, that's 149. That's too much. No, you see all these 69 cents. All that 69 cents. We so thrifty. Look at the $5 jean. $5 jean, baby. Could you sit down, please?
This is better. $139.
But it's 6 months, baby. That's too small.
That's 12 months.
Are you reading? You reading, Mama? Hi. How about that one?
$4.99.
Oh no, $4.99 too high. Look at her. Look at her. You're a bad babysitter. You're fired. I'm going back over here to this mirror, baby, because I look like cute today. I'm looking like a whole snack.
You look just like me.
Looking like a whole snack. Ooh, no, they're too high. No. Okay, let me help you because you don't know what you do. Okay guys, so we are hopping into the week, and just remember, during all these activities and events of my life, I am on nothing but liquids, and I'm totally fine with that. I was energized. I was in a great mood all week. I'm fighting a cold. As you see, I sound like a man. I sound like this, but I mean, I feel pretty good in spite of. And you know, this just dawned on me. And I hate to say this, but when I was blowing my nose the other day, initially when I started feeling myself getting sick, my mucus was green, of course. And now it is clear, and it's been clear for a while now. It was only green for like one day. And so I'm wondering, because I've heard a lot of people, look at that weirdo. He's strange. Anyways, I'm wondering if, it's because of the sea moss, because a lot of alkaline vegans believe that mucus has to come out some kind of way, and that is through your nose. So I don't know, you know, it's just a thought. Maybe it's detox, maybe it's just a summer cold, you know, I don't know. But here we are at the masjid, and yeah, man, it's definitely a challenge homeschooling these kids, but I'm up for the job. Assalamualaikum Alabama. Okay, so day 8 of my 7-day juice fast. I'm not calling it a juice fast anymore because I've had more than just juices. It started with me, and I don't want to offend people that really do go all these days with just drinking juices. So we are at Taekwondo right now, and we're sitting out in the car, so I figured I would just talk to you guys about my progress and what's going on. So days 1 through 7, I was constipated, even though I wasn't consuming any food, any solid foods. I was just having juices and smoothies. I was super duper constipated. I could not go to the bathroom at all. I actually was considering taking, what is that? Yeah, I was actually even considering taking some milk with magnesia. That's how miserable I was. And it just goes to show you, man, how backed up we are. But that brings me to my next point. I made the decision to add broths. And so I'm going to make this a liquid fast with just liquids. Because, you know, I'm not just doing juices, I'm not just doing smoothies, but I'm doing all liquids. I'm not consuming any solid foods. So, and I'm not counting calories or anything like that. I'm just, you know, eating mindfully or drinking mindfully whenever I feel true hunger. And that boils down to about twice a day. Unless we go work on one of our properties, then I'm a little hungry when we get home and I have a broth. But that brings me to my next point. I drank some cabbage broth last night. I made cabbage for my family yesterday, and I took the broth from the cabbage that I made and drunk it, and like 30 minutes later I was able to use the bathroom. And so I was like, okay, wow, I gotta look into this. So I went onto Google and I googled the benefits of cabbage juice, and there were so many, y'all. So I might do a separate video on that, just because it's something that I've never heard of, so I'm sure other people have never heard of it. Sea moss, still doing the sea moss gel every day. I put it on my face every morning, and I definitely have noticed the difference with my skin. It's way more hydrated. I have always had good skin, nice skin, but it's always been prone to dryness, and I have large pores. I have definitely seen my pores minimized with me having sea moss every day, and my skin is just way more supple than it usually is. And I use frankincense and argan oil as a moisturizer with a little bit of glycerin, because it's a humectant, and a humectant just means it takes the moisture from the air and puts it into your skin. So I use that as my moisturizer. I don't buy any products. And I wash my face with the soap that I make. It's called Savon Noir. It's Moroccan black soap, very different from the African black soap, even though Morocco is in Africa. It's a gel. It's more of a Castile because it's made from olives. If you guys have questions about that, you can message me. But those are the things I use on my face. My routine is always the same. So any differences in my skin had to have come from, number one, the sea moss that I'm putting on my skin, and number two, the way that I'm nourishing myself now. Also, I have so much more time to do so many more things because I'm not consuming myself with what I'm going to eat. I know that whatever I'm going to nourish myself with that day is going to take me at least 10 minutes at the most to get into my system, get the energy from it, and keep it pushing and go on about my day. I'm not obsessing over meals. I know what my family likes to eat. It takes me no time to knock them out. And I just realized how obsessed I was with food, because it's like at first, in the first 3 days, I was like so bored because I wasn't obsessing over food. I wasn't thinking about what I was going to eat before I even went to sleep, or trying to wait until the kids were busy doing something so I could be alone with my food in front of the TV. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I have so much energy now. The first few days, I'm gonna say the first 5 days, I didn't have any energy. I was super sluggish. So I guess that was a detox phase. I know I'm still detoxing because every now and then I'll still have some bouts of, sluggishness. But I also haven't been getting adequate sleep. That being said, today is one of those days, and I'm fighting a cold right now. My whole house is sick, but I'm not feeling it like everyone else is because the way I'm nourishing myself. And neither is the baby, because I breastfeed her exclusively. And even though she's sick, she's got green boogers and all that going on, but she hasn't missed any sleep. She's not irritable. She's just fine. We're fine. We're dealing with it. It doesn't have us at all like it usually would, alhamdulillah. And I know it's because the way I'm nourishing myself. Next point. Sea moss definitely has evened out my mood. It has made me more tranquil. It has definitely zenned me out. One day last week, I forgot to take my sea moss in the morning, and I noticed a very big difference in my mood. I'm very in touch with, I'm very conscious and self-aware of my mood, and because I do struggle with anxiety, but I actually missed my anxiety recently. I was on the interstate. I don't take the interstate at all because my anxiety is so bad, and I actually was on the interstate accidentally the other day, and I was just driving and I was just chill, and I was like, whoa, I'm on the interstate and I'm not anxious right now. And the fact that I wasn't...
Come here.
Tamaya, stop yelling. She's not doing anything. Leave her alone.
Like this.
It's okay. The fact that I was not anxious made me anxious. I missed my anxiety, which is crazy because that just goes to show you how we normalize abnormal behaviors. Tamaya, put her down. Don't pick her up again. It just goes to show you how we normalize abnormal behaviors, because I actually was like freaking out because I wasn't freaking out, if that makes any sense. So yeah, sea moss, definitely will be consuming that for the rest of my life. Inshallah, I can always get my hands on it. That is something that I will continue to use as in my daily regimen on my skin, and as well as internally. What else? I had this written down, but I have free time right now, so I figured I would just go ahead and talk about it. This eating this way, well, not eating this way, taking a food vacation, has also made me more aware of my faults, and not in a way that is not in a way to my not in a way that is from guilt, but I realize how unfair I have been to my family, because now that I have more patience, now that I'm more self-aware, now that I'm not addicted, to food, which I know I'm just starting out, but you see what I'm saying. Now that I'm working on not being addicted to food, I have time for other things, and I'm not so pressed, and it's just shown me that a lot of the things that I have put off on my family and blame them for are not their issues, but my issues. All you have is your response and your reaction. People are going to be people. Life is going to happen. It's the way that you respond to it that makes the difference. And my responses were just so unstable. It was just, I really was exhibiting some unstable behavior. And just think about all the chemicals that are in the things that we eat. For instance, since I've been nourishing myself this way, I have not had any cravings. The first day I had cravings, stop, Tamaya. The first day I had cravings, and that's it. The next day I was good. So that shows me that I was having cravings because of the foods that I was eating. The foods that I was, no, leave her alone. Leave her in there. The foods that I was eating was causing me to crave the foods that I was eating, if that makes any sense. And now that I'm eating whole, fresh, ripe, raw fruits and vegetables, I don't take any protein powders or supplements and vegetable broths, I'm not craving anything else. My kids just had Wendy's, and I put my whole face in their bag and inhaled it to see if it would trigger a craving, and it didn't. It just didn't, appeal to me. So I could eat this way for the rest of my life. And I know that if I wanted to reward myself at the end of this 100 days with junk food and crap, I would be back on the same junk food and crap bandwagon that I was on before, because those are chemicals, and those foods are chemically created to be palatable, and it affects our brains. The same endorphins that we would get from drugs and sex and exercise, we get those same endorphins from the foods that we eat. So what are you doing, little girl? Anywho, but that's just a little bit of what's been going on with me. I'm gonna continue to day 100. I don't feel I feel all right. I feel good, and I don't want to go back to feeling tired all the time and sluggish and being a slave to the things that I'm putting in my mouth. And I can't afford to go back to that, because I have too much going on. I have too many kids. I have too many goals. I just can't be bothered or bogged down with that. So, I'm good. I'm straight. Someone asked me what I would do when the 100 days was up. I'll still be doing a liquid fast, but I'll just transition into a raw vegan way of eating, and maybe occasionally cooked raw vegan food, but it won't be junk, because like I said, the things that we eat, they can trigger cravings, and I understand that now. So I'm not even thinking that far ahead to when my 100 days is up. I'm just enjoying this, man, and I'm enjoying getting to know my kids all over without the distraction of food addiction, and learning to listen to them and learn to listen to my husband, and getting out of my expectations for my life, because expectations will really mess you up, man. You will be so mad at the world for not having the life that you felt like you were supposed to have or thought you were going to have, and you have a life that's better, so that's where I am right now. Expectations and entitlement, that's out the window, man. Life is good, God is greater, and I'm good with that. So that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Kids are out of Taekwondo, and maybe I'll do another update in a few days. I doubt I'll be able to do every single day, but I haven't, I'm still on the wagon. So leave me any questions or anything y'all have. Assalamu alaikum. Hey guys, here's this week's weight. It is 215. When I started, I was 222, and this is my personal Instagram for my weight loss journey. So follow me on Instagram there.
Don't kill us.
Drive, babe.